If you like business and investing, you've probably heard of Warren Buffett, one of the world's most successful and recognized investors. Buffett's financial expertise and achievement can motivate and encourage anyone who wants to improve their financial situation. This video will look at 7 habits that are keeping you broke and poor, and will offer advice and techniques for creating healthy financial habits. Adopting only a few of Buffett's money practices will help you achieve financial success. Stay until the finish to avoid missing any information, since the last item on the list will surprise you. In order to get one step closer to success in your life, I also ask you to like, subscribe, and enable the notification bell on our YouTube channel. Now, without further ado, let's begin. 1. Unhealthy money habits. Bad money habits are actions and customs that have an adverse effect on your financial stability. Even though each of these behaviors might not seem like much on its own, over time they can accumulate and keep you from achieving your financial objectives. Unhealthy money habits include, for instance, 1. Overspending. Going over your budget or purchasing things you don't need might put you in debt and cause financial hardship. Buffett is a naturally thrifty person who detests wasting money, since he views it as capital for future investments. 2. Not saving. Not setting aside money for future needs can make you more susceptible to financial setbacks and restrict your capacity to make significant expenditures like a home purchase or your child's schooling. You will eventually have to sell things you need if you buy things you don't need. Warren Buffett. 3. Not investing. If you do not take advantage of possibilities to invest your money, you will be unable to develop your wealth and achieve financial security. Buffett believes that it is critical to begin investing at the earliest feasible age in order to capitalize on the power of compounding. 4. Failure to pay debts on time. Paying late fees and lowering your credit score by failing to pay bills on time can have long-term ramifications for your financial well-being. This is the most fundamental aspect of personal finance. 5. Having no plan. Failure to identify financial goals and develop a plan to attain them might make progress toward your financial goals difficult. Buffett has a strategy for everything in his life. 2. Impulsive purchases. The term impulsive purchase refers to purchasing anything on the spur of the moment without thoroughly evaluating the decision or its potential repercussions. While impulsive purchases can be appealing, they frequently result in financial pain and regret. Buffett has few material ambitions. His daughter has to get him to upgrade his automobile after he has been driving it for too long. Having no desire to buy items gives you a significant advantage in personal finance because it keeps the majority of your money in your pocket. The risk of making impulsive purchases. 1. They may result in debt and excessive spending. Impulsive purchases can quickly mount up and lead to overspending, which can put a burden on your finances and possibly even put you in debt. 2. They could not coincide with your financial objectives. You might impede your progress toward reaching your financial goals if you're acting impulsively and not thinking through your purchases. 3. Later on, you might regret the purchase. Impulsive purchases are frequently done in the moment and might not be well considered. Later on, you can realize that the purchase was unnecessary and not in line with your ideals, which can cause you to feel remorse. Strategies for avoiding impulsive purchases. 1. Retrace your steps. If you're thinking about making an impulsive buy, stop. Think about whether it's a prudent financial move. Let it rest. Give yourself some time to consider a purchase if you're still not sure about it. After a restful night's sleep, you might discover that you no longer want the thing. 2. Establish a budget. With the use of a budget, you may establish spending caps and allocate your money more wisely. 3. Employ a grocery list. Make a list of the things you need and stick to it before you go shopping. This can assist you in avoiding making rash purchases. 4. Avoid shopping when you're feeling emotional. Your ability to make thoughtful decisions and prevent impulsive purchases can be impaired by emotions. Keep your emotions in check while you go shopping. 3. Keeping up with the Joneses. Comparing oneself to other people and attempting to live up to their worldly things or lifestyle is known as keeping up with the Joneses. Financial strain may result from feeling compelled to always purchase the newest goods or afford pricey events in order to stay up with your peers. Warren Buffett still resides in the $31,000 house he purchased in 1958. The risks of attempting to compete financially with others. 1. It may result in debt and excessive spending. Continually striving to stay up with others might lead to overspending, which can put a burden on your finances and possibly put you in debt. 2. It can keep you from reaching your personal budgetary objectives. You risk ignoring your financial priorities and objectives if you're preoccupied with trying to match other people's financial situation. 3. It could be mentally and emotionally taxing. It can be detrimental to your mental and general well-being to constantly feel as though you have to keep up with others. The significance of determining your own financial route rather than attempting to stay up with others. 1. It lets you concentrate on your personal financial interests and objectives. Setting financial goals and concentrating on your priorities will help you get closer to what really counts. 2. You can live within your means with its assistance. You can concentrate on living within your means and avoiding financial burden if you stop trying to keep up with others. 3. More stability and financial security may result from it. You may create a solid financial foundation that will position you for long-term success by staying on your own financial path and not trying to compete with others. 4. Not tracking your spending habits. Keeping tabs on your frequent expenditures of money is known as tracking your spending. This can assist you in tracking your spending and locating areas where you might be able to make savings or reductions. Tracking and controlling your spending is essential to the success of your business, and our finances are no different. The importance of tracking your spending. 1. It aids in your comprehension of your financial circumstances. You can gain a better understanding of your financial condition and identify where your money is going by keeping track of your expenditures. 2. It can assist you in determining where you need to improve. You might be able to spot areas where you're overspending and alter your habits by looking over your spending. 3. It can assist you in achieving your financial objectives. You can create a plan to allocate your money toward your financial goals and move closer to reaching them by being aware of your spending patterns. 4. It might assist you in avoiding debt and excessive expenditure. You may become more frugal with your purchases and prevent overspending, which can result in debt and financial distress, by keeping track of your expenditures. How keeping a spending log can assist you in finding areas where you can make savings. 1. You can see where your money is going thanks to it. You can see exactly where your money is going and find areas where you might be able to make savings by keeping track of your expenditures. 2. It aids in identifying wasteful spending. You might be able to find expenses that you could eliminate or reduce in order to save money by looking at your spending. 3. It may facilitate better rate negotiations. Over time, you may be able to save money by negotiating better prices on items like insurance or bills by being aware of your spending patterns. 5. No emergency fund. A savings account reserved especially for unforeseen expenses is called an emergency fund. It's a crucial component of any financial strategy because it can act as a safety net in case of unforeseen medical expenses or job loss. Buffett consistently maintains a sizable cash buffer on Berkshire Hathaway's balance sheet to make sure his insurance company is prepared for any unforeseen circumstances. Excellent lesson about money that applies to all of us. The importance of having an emergency fund. 1. It can assist you in avoiding debt. You might be forced to use credit cards or loans to pay for unforeseen expenses if you don't have an emergency reserve. You may prevent both this situation and the financial strain of taking on debt by setting up an emergency fund. 2. It can offer comfort and monetary stability. In the event of unforeseen costs, having an emergency fund as a safety net can ease anxiety and provide a sense of security. 3. You can weather financial storms with its assistance. When faced with unforeseen medical expenses or a job loss, an emergency fund can be a lifesaver. Tips for building an emergency fund. 1. Make a plan. Establish a target amount for your emergency fund and make a plan to save toward it. 2. Begin modestly. Don't try to save too much money too quickly if you're just starting to accumulate an emergency fund. Increase your savings progressively over time by starting small. 3. Put your funds in motion. To make saving money easier and more reliable, think about setting up automatic transfers from your checking account to your emergency fund. 4. Seek out ways to cut costs. Make an effort to cut back on frivolous spending and put the money saved for an emergency fund instead. Have patience. It takes time to accumulate an emergency fund, but the financial security and peace of mind it may bring are well worth the effort. 6. No budget. A budget is a financial plan that shows you what you make and what you spend. It assists you in keeping tabs on your expenses, establishing financial objectives, and choosing wisely how to divide your funds. It might be simple to overspend and go into debt when you don't have a budget. 1. A budget aids in your understanding of your financial circumstances. You can monitor where your money is going and find areas where you might be able to make savings by keeping track of your income and expenses. Just as businesses need budgets, so do individuals. 2. You can reach your financial objectives with the use of a budget. You can move closer to objectives like paying off debt and saving for a down payment on a house by establishing clear financial goals and allocating your income towards them. 3. You can prevent overspending with the use of a budget. You may prevent overspending and the associated financial issues by establishing spending boundaries and adhering to your budget. 4. You can maintain focus with the aid of a budget. You may make sure you're on track to reach your financial goals by routinely reviewing and changing your budget. 7. Living beyond your means. Spending more money than you can afford is referred to as living beyond your means. Long-term financial issues, debt, and financial strain might result from it. What happens when you live beyond your means? 1. It can result in financial hardship. Spending more than you can afford can make it difficult for you to make ends meet and may compel you to take out loans or use credit cards. 2. Debt may result from it. Living over your means can lead to debt accumulation that can be challenging to pay off. 3. It may obstruct your long-term financial objectives. Overspending may make it more difficult for you to invest and save money for the future. Advice on how to live within your means. 1. Establish a budget. You may plan how to spend your money and keep track of your income and expenses with the aid of a budget. 2. Reduce the amount of needless spending. Look for places where you may save costs, like entertainment or eating out. 3. Boost your earnings. If your expenses are often more than your income, you might want to think about finding a part-time work or asking for a raise. 4. Avoid using credit cards for unnecessary purchases. Whenever possible, try to make transactions with cash or a debit card. 5. Ask for assistance if you need it. Consider getting assistance from a financial planner or credit counselor if you're finding it difficult to manage your money and live within your means. Conclusion. Many financial behaviors might keep you poor and broke. These include unsafe financial practices, failing to stick to a budget, keeping up with the Joneses, not having emergency savings, not monitoring your spending, buying impulsively, lacking a financial plan, and living beyond your means. A crucial first step to financial success is forming sound financial habits. A financial plan, tracking your expenses, budgeting, emergency fund building, financial decision-making, and living within your means are a few examples of how to do this. These routines can help you reach your financial objectives and enhance your financial well-being. Thank you for your time and consideration. I trust the wisdom shared by Buffett has been truly valuable. If you found this information beneficial, we appreciate your support for our channel. Kindly show your support by liking, subscribing, and turning on notifications for future enlightening content. We look forward to welcoming you in our upcoming video. Until then, goodbye, and once again, thank you.